Hello, welcome back to Trailer Trash. This is a very special one because, as you could probably tell from the title, it's a VHS movie. For those of you who aren't familiar, I think I've brought up the series a lot doing Trailer Trash. VHS is a series of horror anthology films that typically are sort of bookended with like an overarching story, but for the most part, the actual shorts you're watching don't have any coordination to them. Um, it's just independent filmmakers make some short, but the thing is, they're all found footage. And what's cool about it is, seeing how they twist and change the genre of found footage. Like, anybody can make a Blair Witch Project movie, but then you have stuff in VHS where it's like one of my personal favorites. The camera is a GoPro, and it's a zombie film, like a short film with zombies. So you have a zombie wearing a recording GoPro, like shit like that. It's really fun. I mean, it's also unfortunately fun to see how they fuck up, like making it make sense. Like, why do these people have the camera? Or in a couple of unfortunate cases, nobody has the camera. It's the idea of found footage is, you gotta have to make the actors be the camera crew, right? And so it's part of the fun is seeing how the creative ways they go about that, or if they're not creative about it, or if they completely forget that and just like screw it. There's a camera here now. Who knows why? Who knows who has it? It's just there, kind of thing. But it's fun, and I never realized how much I enjoy found footage films. I mean, I like Cloverfield, Blair Witch Project. I love films like that, and so it's cool. The VHS series is cool for scratching that itch of found footage horror. What was the one? There's the one with the teenagers who get superpowers. That one was terrible. Because, like, halfway through the movie, they sort of gave up on the whole found footage angle. And they're just like, this big action sequence is happening. Here's a person, filming it outside their window. Here's a security camera that doesn't exist or shouldn't exist, filming this part. It's what was that the movie? Somebody comes to the door, somebody knocks on the door and the person answers, and they have this conversation with whoever it is who was at the door, but for whatever reason they had their camera on a tripod, like ready to record. So this conversation had to happen, and this is your organic way of setting it up so we can see it, because again, the characters have to be it's stupid. So it's fun to look at films from that angle as well. But for the most part, it's just really cool the way they sort of, change it up and twist it around. The stories that they tell, the crazy effects and illusions that they have to do, because it's typically all one shot. And so, like, oh, how did they manage to do this when it's supposed to be one smooth shot, kind of thing? It's fun. It's on a technical level. Found footage films are fun, and VHS movies are a treat because of it. In fact, I'm going to shamelessly plug my Have You Ever Heard Of series. I've covered all but the last two VHS, well, I guess three now, VHS films. I'm actually going to try to come out with a review of VHS 85. Just recently watched it, actually. And I'm going to try to come up with that this October. So look forward to that. I don't get a lot of views for my VHS series specifically. I wonder if it's because of the gore. Why it just doesn't show up in the algorithm. That or nobody gives a shit about what I have to say about VHS. So this video I'm doing right now, it bodes well. I get a lot of views. But yeah, VHS Halloween. Let's check it out.
This Halloween, Shudder invites you to experience the 6 spookiest, ookiest stories that will make you laugh until you scream. It's a spooktacular anthology the whole family can enjoy.
You creepy little freak! I hope you die!
Oh, V. I thought it was 5. I'm like, this isn't the 5th one. Are you I'm an idiot.
It's gonna heal me!
Shivers creeping and crawling down your spine. That's that touch of mine. I won't tell no lie. Trick or treat!
Already I have an issue with this. It's called VHS, right? So, you know, the era of VHS. 80s, 90s, what have you. So, who are these rich techno wizards with the fucking ring cam? What? That doesn't fit the era. I mean, it's unfortunately like why VHS Viral is probably one of the worst of the series, is because it just foregoes the whole VHS angle. So, this isn't on. I'm pretty sure ring camera recordings don't download onto a VHS cassette. Just a guess.
Trick or treat!
Ooh, we're gonna dip into some mascot horror. That's new. I mean, it's not new, but that's new for the series. And actually, it is. It's a newer form of horror. So probably anyway. I was just thinking, one of my other favorite shorts from VHS. I think it's the first VHS has it. Halloween. Guys go to a haunted house, but it's actually haunted. It's not the best story, but the visual effects that they pull off, again, on handheld camera is really cool. It was, again, one of my favorites. It seems like, though, what I've noticed is since VHS Viral, which is the third one, since then, and actually the one, their titles are so dumb, because 85, but before that is 99, and then before that was, the chronology doesn't make sense, so I'm glad they didn't pick a year for this one. 1993, VHS 93. Wait, that might be one. And just called it VHS Halloween. They could just call it VHS 7, 6, whichever one we're on. Not 5. But 99, I think, was the last one I did a review on. It kind of went back to sort of, and I complain about this with horror movies, where it's okay to be cheesy and like B-movie and campy and stuff like that. What I don't like is when they lean into that, as like a crutch, which a lot of horror movies do. And I feel like after just watching 85 and Viral and the one that came after Viral, it seemed like they're kind of leaning into the camp, right? It's less about, building an atmosphere and trying to be, they're still clever, a lot of the shorts, but it seems like they're being goofy with it now, which is a shame, because there's a time and place for that, and it's not the entire goddamn movie. And it seems like that might be what they're doing with this, but at the same time, I get the idea of, it's a fun, old school advertisement for a film. And so it's all campy and silly, but I just hope the shorts themselves, the short films in it themselves, aren't just silly for the sake of being silly. God, yeah, the way 85 ended was just so dumb. Anyway, I have to get my thoughts together on that and come out with a video by October. Anyway, let's check out the comments. Top comment: every year a banger. Never stop making these. I grew up in the 80s and 90s on B movies, USA, Up All Night, and Joe Bob Briggs, who is still putting out killer episodes, and I feel like VHS is just right for this. You keep making them, I'll keep watching. Spooky season is the best season. Well, there you go. And that's the other fun thing about VHS is, yeah, they just keep making them. And as I stated before, it's fun to see, like, where are you going to go with it now? Who's going to try to come up with the next crazy concept? Oh, man, was it 2? VHS 2? They put a frickin' camera on a dog. Like, the whole found footage thing is like scary things happening while a dog with a camera attached to it is running around. And it makes sense, believe it or not. Like, the purpose of the dog having a camera on it, for the most part, checks out. It's so good. I love that shit. I've seen every VHS movie. Can't wait for this one. They never disappoint. False. For me, at least. I hope they release a physical copy on video cassette. It's so funny. We were just talking about that with Deathstalker. Is that the other one? Yeah, if there's ever a movie that's, you know, perfect for a VHS release, just for the fun of it, for the gimmick, you know, just people who love the gimmicks, right? Yeah, release these on VHS. That'd be amazing. I mean, I guess at the same time, they probably don't, because they know people wouldn't buy it, because you just do that. Like, you just record it. Well, actually, that's not true, because not everybody's going to have a VHS player anymore. That's also probably why nobody would buy it. But no, it's like you could put VHS films, the horror films, onto actual cassettes if you have the means. Like, it's not hard. So that'd be kind of fun. But, you know, actually, yeah, it's a collector's item for one, but, you know, you get the, like, box cover. That old, you remember back in the day when you physically bought movies and it would have, like, a cover art on it, a little spine that had the name, maybe a picture of one of the actors, and on the back it would show, like, little shots from the movie and, like, a little blurb, maybe a couple, you know, New York Times said, "Go fuck yourself," you know, in quotes on the back. Yeah, just for that. Like, just as a physical thing that replicates what it used to be like. I'd be surprised if they don't do that, actually, because that's, yeah. Yeah, do that. Like, what? This will be the best one yet, says some random guy. Sure, man. You keep telling yourself that. You poor summer child. Clearly the first couple of movies they've ever seen. They haven't been jaded yet. Please be amazing. Or they've been a lot of misses with them. I know exactly what you're saying. So somehow I know what you're saying. But yeah, that's my thoughts exactly. There's bad ones, but at the same time, it's, you know, even though they're bad, it's unfortunately still worth watching. I mean, especially if it's on a streaming service, it's like, well, I paid the monthly fee anyway, so what do I care if what I'm watching is bad? You know? Yeah, what the hell? Why do we even review movies anymore if they stream? Like, what are you're not paying the price of admission anymore. Like, what the fuck? Like, no one's going around being like, "Oh, should I buy this? Should I rent it?" You know, it's just like, no, it's either on a streaming service you have or it isn't. So what the fuck are reviews for? Like, what? I don't know.